King was born with a pair of huge teeth. When the king was a child, he loved gnawing all kinds of things with his teeth. The most, he was proud of his teeth. However, when he grew up, the king began to worry about this pair of huge teeth. Because of his teeth, no girl was willing to marry the king from then on. Whoever dared to mention his teeth in front of the king, that person would be executed by the king. And on this day, a courier came to the palace to make everyone laugh. The courier made a joke about the king's buck teeth. This made the buck-toothed king very angry. He immediately gave an order, telling the soldiers to execute the courier. At this time, the courier realized that he had gone too far with the joke. The courier begged the king to forgive him. It turned out that the reason he made such a joke was because he also had a pair of extremely large ears. To prevent the king from killing him, the courier began to make jokes about his own ears. The king was very happy after hearing the courier's self-deprecation, so he let the courier leave his country. However, during an exchange with other kings, the buck-toothed king's teeth were mocked again by another king. This made the buck-toothed king very angry. He decided to go to war with his country, but the buck-toothed king's ship was directly sunk. The buck-toothed king also fell into the sea until he was washed ashore on a strange coast. However, just as the buck-toothed king was about to pick food from the tree to satisfy his hunger, he was arrested by the soldiers of this country because he was randomly breaking branches. The buck-toothed king was taken to the king of this country. However, after seeing the buck-toothed king's appearance, the king began to mock the buck-toothed king again. The buck-toothed king was very angry. He rudely charged at the king. This directly angered the king of this country. The king ordered to execute the buck-toothed king immediately. But just at that moment, the courier who was let go by the buck-toothed king appeared. It turned out that after leaving the buck-toothed king's country, the courier came to this country and became an acrobatic performer. To thank the buck-toothed king for not killing him, the courier began to plead with the king, hoping he would spare the buck-toothed king. And after learning that the buck-toothed king was a reasonable and good king, the king felt that he could not be worse than the buck-toothed king, so he also spared the buck-toothed king. But at this time, the king showed his huge feet. After the buck-toothed king saw them, he couldn't help laughing at the king's big feet.